Okay, let's start. You're not suffering because you don't believe in God. You're not suffering because you are a bad person. You're not suffering because when you were still a student, you didn't study hard enough. You decided to go and drink alcohol and smoke weed. You're not suffering because you cheated on your husband. You're not suffering because you're a bad person. You're not suffering because you don't know how to do things right. You are suffering because you are in a hell realm. Even if you worked harder than you worked, you still would suffer. Even if you did study hard. Like, you know what, let me focus on school. I'm never gonna drink alcohol, I'm never gonna smoke. I'm never even gonna be in a relationship. I'm still too young. Let me study hard so that I'll have a great career. You'll still suffer. Let me be a good person. Let me go to everyone. Let me be fair. Let me be kind. You still suffer. Okay, let me believe in God. Let me believe in whatever created this. Whatever it is, I'm going to believe in it. I'm going to believe that it has my best interest at heart. You still suffer. You can believe in the law of attraction. Let me only think positive thoughts. Every day when I wake up, I'm thinking positive thoughts. You know, even when people treat me badly, I'll be thinking positive thoughts, bro. I'll be creating my own reality. You know, you still suffer. You are suffering because we live in a hell realm. In a hell realm, there is suffering. You know, in a hell realm, suffering is not a bug. Suffering is a feature. You see? How do you even realize that you're in hell realm? This is one of the most important questions. You were born. You don't remember existing anywhere else. You only remember existing here. You don't know what to compare your experience here with. It's not like you remember existing somewhere and you're like, okay, now I can compare my life here and my life where I used to live to figure out where I actually had a better experience. So in your direct experience, this is actually your first time existing. If this is your first time existing, how do you determine if this world is actually a good place for you or a bad place for you? Like, how do you determine that? How do you determine if you were put here for a good reason? Meaning that you were put here to thrive, you were put here to learn, to evolve, to become better, and also to enjoy your experience here. You need to ask yourself a few questions. Am I learning anything? When you look at your life, do you feel like you've learned something? Like you've actually learned something? What have you learned? If you have learned something, please tell me in the comment, what have you actually learned? Maybe you have learned that if you trust people, they betray you. How does that even help you? Maybe you have learned that if you are poor, no one cares about you. But how does that help you? Maybe you have learned that when days are dark, friends are few. But how does that help you? Maybe you have learned that those who speak the truth in this society are not appreciated. It's the people who lie. These are the people who are actually appreciated in this society. But how does that help you? Tell me what you've actually learned. Do you feel like you have evolved? You have evolved spiritually? Do you think that you are better now? Do you think that you're kind? Do you think that you like people more now? What have you actually learned? Do you think that you are now operating at a high level of consciousness? And what does that even mean? So let's say you are operating at a high level of consciousness. How do you view this world? Do you feel like this world was actually training you so that you'll actually be able to operate at a high level of consciousness? Or you're operating at a high level of consciousness because, well, that's the path that you took. You were like, you know what, I want to evolve. I want to see what is really going on without lying to myself. I don't want to be brainwashed. I don't want to be programmed I just want to see the truth. What have you learned? What have you learned? Do you think people who love life have learned more than you have learned? What have you learned? Are you enjoying yourself here? Like really, when you wake up in the morning, you're so damn excited. You're like, damn, I'm so happy that I woke up. Yo, let me go out and just enjoy. Is that how you feel when you wake up in the morning? Or as soon as you open your eyes, you're like, damn, I have problems. How do I solve that problem? How do I solve this problem? Do you truly believe that if this was in a hell room, this is how everything would be? Like people wouldn't actually be enjoying themselves without lying to themselves, because people lie to themselves a lot. Like people are not enjoying their lives, bruh. I'm telling you. You look at people and be like, oh, this person has money, it means they're enjoying their lives. No. It just appears as if they are. People are not really enjoying their lives. You think that you'd enjoy your life if you had more money. Money will save you from a lot of things. I do believe that we all have to be making a certain amount of money to be okay. But after making that money, it doesn't really get better. Look, there are people who are really poor. They need money. They need money to buy food. They need money for shelter. These are basic human needs. You need that. You need money to buy clothes. You need money to sometimes be able to go out. But if you have a lot of money, it doesn't really make your life better. It may seem like it does. You might look at someone like Elon, like, yeah, Elon must be the happiest man on earth. No, he isn't. He isn't. So are we happy? Are we enjoying ourselves in this realm? Do you wake up in the morning and feel very excited? You're like, damn, or maybe like that only happens like maybe 10 times a year. Like there are days you wake up and you're like, I'm excited because maybe there's something that's supposed to happen that day. We need to be honest, man. Do you truly believe that we don't live in a hell room? Like, we need to be honest here, man. Like, I have seen a lot, bro. I have seen a lot. Today, when I was on TikTok, I came across a video about a guy that I don't know is South African. He used to be a bouncer. He was famous. He was loved by many people. When I didn't know him, so I googled him. So they posted his old pictures. He was looking handsome. He had muscles. You'd see that he's going to the gym, and they showed him they showed his recent pictures, and he was looking messed up, man. Like truly messed up. I asked myself this question: why did that person who posted that video posted? A video with his old pictures and his new pictures. Like what were they trying to gain? It may seem like no, they just care. Like no. It's not because they care. If you truly care about someone, you protect them. You don't want the world to see them at their worst. You will protect them. Check the comments. You know, the kind of person that I am, like, there ain't that many people that are like me, actually. Like, I can see the truth behind good intentions. Okay? I can see the truth behind what seems to be good intentions. A lot of people don't do good things because they are good people. They do good things because they are trying to seem good, but there is something that they're trying to benefit, right? So they're trying to seem good, but they also want to benefit something. So I was reading the comments and I realized that we don't care about one another as humans. Like, we don't care, bro. Like, the person who posted the video already knew that we don't care about one another. It's not like people are going to help. It's not like people are going to cry and have sympathy, and you know what I mean? People are more evil than you realize. The problem is that there are rules, unspoken rules that we've agreed on as a collective. We've subconsciously agreed on. This is how a human being should be. A human being should be caring. If you see your neighbor suffering, you must care. You know, if there's a funeral, that's how it is actually where I live. If there's a funeral, you must, you must go and support the family. If someone is sick, you must visit them at a hospital. But I want to show you something. People who visit a person who's sick in a hospital and then go back home and talk shit about that person. Hey, you don't know humans if you don't know what I'm telling you now. I want to show you that people are actually more evil than you think they are. People will call you when something bad happens to you, not because they truly care and they're worried and they're unable to sleep because of what happened. No. They're calling you because they want to figure out what actually happened so that they can talk about it. That's it. People are bored. They want something to talk about. You have to understand the true nature of humans to understand how evil this realm is. We lie to ourselves a lot, bruh. And you must ask yourself this question: why are we so evil? People are not good, bruh. People are not good. I've seen a lot. I've seen people cry at funerals and talk shit in private about the person who died. You're like, what the hell? What's going on here? What's actually going on? This doesn't make any sense. Oh, it does. We are hiding the truth about ourselves and the truth about this realm. Remember, I used to tell you guys that we live in a world that is actually evil, but it's presented as if it's good. You know, we don't live in a world that is good, but that seems evil. No. We live in a world that seems good, but it's actually evil. And everything about life tells you that. Everything about life. The fact that people don't really tell you who they are. When you approach a stranger, you try your best to be perfect, to seem perfect. Even though what seems to be perfect is not even perfect, right? It's just that we've agreed subconsciously that perfect people have to be a certain way, but they're not even perfect. A lot of people that you think are perfect suck. Everyone is like, okay, this is how everyone should be. This is how a perfect person should be. So let me try to not even try to be that, but to seem like I am that. We're living a lie, bruh. People are evil, man. I remember when I was growing up, I used to admire like what they call men of God. You see this guy wearing a suit, he seems perfect. And I'll be like, this guy is perfect, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't make mistakes. You become friends with that person and They be gossiping about everyone. You're like, what the hell? They be doing everything that opposes what they seem to believe in. You're like, what the hell? So you stand in front of people and lie to them while you're actually doing exactly what you're saying they shouldn't do? Like, what is going on here? Don't let people fool you. They're evil. People are evil. So you must ask yourself this question: why are we evil? Are we evil because we actually choose to be evil, or we're evil because we're in our hell realm? We're actually programmed to be evil. We're programmed to hate, to not want to see others doing better than us. Why do you think? It's a very important question. Why do you think that if something bad happens to someone, everyone is gonna know about it within a day? But if something good happens to someone, a lot of people ain't even gonna know about it. If someone dies, I live in a village. When my dad passed on, everyone knew within hours, actually. Like, everyone knew. And in that village, like, there's many, I think there's more than 10,000 people. Like, everyone knew. Why? If you got involved in a car accident, everyone would know. If you buy a car, unless you post about it, which is weird sometimes. Like, sometimes you just live your life, man. Don't try to prove anything to anyone. Just live your life. But nah, not that many people are gonna know. You buy a house, not that many people are gonna know. You die alone in your room, everyone is gonna know. I'm telling you. So that tells you something about our true nature as people. That we are not good. We are just pretending to be. Because, well, that's what we have agreed to do on a subconscious level. So everyone is pretending to be good. Everyone is hiding their flaws, basically, right? When women wear makeup, when they go out, they're trying to hide what they consider to be their flaws. But I don't know if makeup like really make things better. Really, I think, I'm the kind of guy who prefer people who are real, bro. Like, just be you. You know what I mean? You don't have to look more beautiful than you are. Like, just be you. We always want to look perfect, bro. That tells you something. The world itself is presented as a perfect world, right? There are some truths that you mustn't speak about the world. I'm just glad that YouTube does allow me to, express myself as honestly as I want to. But you can still tell that there are a lot of people who don't appreciate the truth, who hate you for speaking the real truth, for speaking facts, saying things that are real. Like, this is like, what's there to debate? Like, this is the truth. You'll be hated. You never get mainstream attention for actually speaking the truth. And if you are already in the mainstream, if you speak the truth, you are losing everything. So if you're in the mainstream, you have to lie a lot, or you have to talk about truths that are not dangerous. Like, now I got mainstream attention here, man. There's some things that I can't say because these things are too damn controversial, and that might ruin my career. We are in a hell room. If we went in a hell room, truth will actually be appreciated. Do you know that people don't even want to... even people that you're in a relationship with, people that you're close to, your parents, your siblings, your husband, your wife, your co-workers, your boss. Okay, today is the 29th of June. Tomorrow is going to be the 30th. I think on Tuesday is going to be the 1st. So from the 1st of July until the end of July, never lie. Speak the truth. Tell people how you feel. Don't gossip about them. You see, the things that you say about these people to other people, tell them to their faces. You will be hated. Tell your boss the truth. Tell him that it makes you work harder than everyone else. Tell him that he doesn't care about anyone, because that's how you feel about him. Tell him that. Tell him that he's lazy. Tell your husband that you actually don't like how he treats you. There are a lot of bad things that he's doing now that you don't like. Like, confront him. Tell your wife. Tell your parents. Tell people the truth that you think they don't want to hear. And then come back on the 1st of August and tell me what was their reaction and how they treated you afterwards. This world doesn't treat people who actually speak the truth well. If you speak the truth, you have a mental illness. Diagnose you with mental illness. If you speak the truth, you are a bad person. You'll be judged. You are evil. You speak the truth about religion, you are evil. You tell people that it doesn't make sense that people wrote like different books about God if they can't even prove that they have. Like we have not seen enough to even believe. Now these people are gonna give me copyright problems now because they're playing music to them loudly. But listen to me. Everything about this place tells us that it's a hell room. Everything, bruh. Everything, man. People are born here without their consent. They are forced to follow rules that they didn't even agree that they're going to follow. I didn't agree. Listen, I wasn't given a contract where I had to sign it. Okay, you know what? There are people who made up some rules, and I agree with these rules. I agree that I'm going to follow these. No. I have to follow rules that I didn't agree to follow. Someone commented about that. I even pinned the comment, like the last video that I published. Someone commented about it, and I thought it was a beautiful comment. But yeah, I have to follow rules that I didn't even agree that I'm going to follow. I didn't agree that I'm going to be perfect. I didn't agree. You understand? And if I don't follow these rules, there's going to be punishment. That tells you something. I didn't choose to be here. But yet I have to follow rules that I didn't agree that I want to follow. If I don't follow these rules, I'll be punished. Like, who decides what rules we must follow? I don't agree with you. I think some of the rules that you want us to follow are stupid. Imagine if you're born in a Muslim country where you're not allowed to drink alcohol, and you want to drink alcohol, and then you drink alcohol, and then they say you broke the law, so you must be arrested. Like, no, bro, I didn't ask to be here. I want to drink alcohol. I want to be free. You don't own me. What gives you the right to own me, actually? What makes you feel like you actually own me? I'm not saying you must break the law. There are laws that actually make sense. You'd be like, yeah. We need to be safe at the end of the day. We need to be protected. But sometimes we take it too far. Sometimes we abuse our power. People are given power and they abuse it. They restrict people. A lot of people who are able to create rules for everyone, most of them are breaking these rules, or the same rules don't apply to them. In South Africa, the politicians be breaking the law all the damn time. They don't even get arrested, bro. So that's why someone says jail is for poor people. You break law that anyone could have broken. Public drinking, you're in prison. But politicians be doing the worst things, and they're able to get away with these things. Let us be honest about where we are. When last did you experience true happiness? Most people, if you ask them when last they were actually happy, they'll tell you that's when they were so young. Most people will tell you that that's when they were still young. That's when they were still kids. They were happy when they were in primary school. When they went to high school, a lot of things changed. They realized that a lot of things that they didn't really think matter. If you're born in a rich family, it matters. That means everyone is going to treat you, even the teachers. I remember when I was in grade 8, this other teacher beat this other guy. His dad is what do they call him? He's a judge. He was a judge at the time. So he beat this guy. The guy cried and then went to the principal to, tell the principal what happened. Turns out that the principal knew him. Spoke to the teacher and told him that no, this is the son of a magistrate, of a judge. So you need to make things right with him. And he apologized. He even bought him food. I've seen the same teacher beat up poor kids way worse than he beat the other kid. Never came back to apologize. No one knows your dad. The girls are gonna vibe with those who come from good families. Even friends, everything for you is gonna be good, because you know what I'm saying. So you realize that, when you go to high school, you realize that all this stuff matters. It matters how I look, it matters how tall I am, it matters how many friends I have. You realize that love isn't even what we thought it was. So it kind of messes with your mind. You realize that, oh shit, the world is not what I thought it was. So that's why a lot of people, when they hit the age of 14, they're unhappy. The last time they were happy is when they were 13. If they've ever been happy. You start to realize how the real world works, and you're like, damn, this is a mess, this is garbage, bro. Because I didn't think this is how the real world works. I thought that people just love one another. You can find the love of your life. It doesn't matter what you have. Whatever, you guys are gonna grow old together, and yeah, you're gonna be happy. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that in this room, bruh. It doesn't even. And you wanna tell me that it's not a hell room? We must keep on pretending as if this is not a hell room. Is that good? Pretending as if this is good. Is that good? Telling ourselves lies just to feel good. Is that good? We must be truly honest with ourselves, bruh. It doesn't help to continuously lie to ourselves just to feel better. It doesn't. It makes things worse. We must acknowledge the truth so that we'll keep on evolving. Realize what is wrong so that we'll try to fix it if we can. People will be telling themselves, no, the world is neutral. I think I saw a comment on the other video that I published. The video that I published yesterday, someone was saying the world is neutral. No, it isn't. Even the things that you believe are good, they are predicated upon something bad. Everything comes from something bad. So even the good things come from something bad. Good cannot exist without the bad. But the bad can exist without the good. I hope you understand what I'm really saying here. Everything that you think is good, you can tell me what you think is good about the world. I'll show you that it actually comes from something bad. Talk about the phones, technology, and whatever. I will tell you how much are these people making? People will be creating on cell phones. The real hard workers be like, yo, my life is beautiful. Look at me. I have this, I have that. And I'll be like, you have this, you have that, because there are people who are not as privileged as you are. You are this cute woman that everyone likes, and you look at the world as if it's beautiful. Like, yeah, well, they're comparing you to the ones that they don't like. You say you're rich. Yeah, they're comparing. You see, to even be rich, there have to be people who are poor. That's how it works. I remember when I was growing up, there was this guy who used to complain. He used to say that, in this world we've just accompanied some people. Like, there are people who are here to enjoy life, and we here to suffer. Like, we are here, we're collateral, basically. That used to make me laugh. But as you get older, you realize that, oh shit, like, there's some people who don't even get to accomplish anything in this world. But again, even if you do accomplish a lot of things, it doesn't really change much. It just makes people think that you're doing good, doing better than you are doing, but you find that you're not okay. I used to tell you this. The reason why the rich guys do things that are a bit too damn weird. You wanna know why? It's because they've experienced everything, so now they wanna, like, they wanna take it a bit too far. You see these celebrities wearing, I think I saw Jordan Smith wearing a TV last year. No normal no normal person will do that. Why do you think he did that? He's tired of the ordinary stuff. He's won everything that can be won. So now he wants to wear a TV. You're not listening. There are a lot of slave queens in South Africa. Slave queens are women who like things, women who like money. We've heard stories about them. They're taken to Dubai where they please this rich man, do whatever they ask. Sometimes these rich men will shit on them. They will eat their feces. You're like, what normal person will... Listen, they've experienced everything that can be experienced. Right? They've been with all kinds of women. Now they just... You're not listening. I'm telling you that people never truly achieve happiness in this realm. Your mind gets used to things very easily. Like, you get used to things like very, very easily, bruh. If you became a millionaire 3 years ago, you actually get used to that. And you will have like a lot of problems. Rich people's problem. I remember Big and Small said something interesting. More money, more problems. You think that, no, it's because he's rich. No. He's right. Money comes with problems. Yes, we would prefer to be having problems in a Ferrari, in a nice house, with people actually worshiping you. That's what people would prefer, right? Let me sit like this. Yeah, that's what people would prefer. You know what makes rich people happy? It's other people thinking they are happy. I'm not sure if you're listening. There is a reason why when people start making money, they want other people to know they're making money. You might think that it's only some people. Like, the people who are really rich don't even want other people to think they're rich. No, they do. People just show off in different ways. You look at black people, like, oh, they be buying chains, buying all these expensive cars, all these expensive clothes. And you look at people who are making more money than them, you're like, oh, they're not doing... No. They know that you already know they're rich. They still show off in some ways. You have to understand the true nature of human to actually understand how evil this place that we found ourselves in is. You realize that it is actually a hell realm. We don't want it to be a hell realm. I don't want this place to be a hell realm. I want this to be paradise. And in fact, that's what I used to believe. But as I got older, I was like, damn, this place is worse than I thought. Because when you're still a kid, you're like, okay, things are bad, but then they will get better. But then as you get older, you're like, damn, nothing is actually becoming better here. Things are actually becoming worse. And then you start to ask yourself, are things becoming worse or I'm becoming more aware? I think I saw a comment from someone. Like, people say I don't respond to comments. Listen, I respond to comments. Like, I read all the comments and I'll be like, okay, when I make my next video, I'm going to talk about the comment. So someone said something like, things are actually becoming worse in the world. No, things have always been the way that they are. You are actually becoming more aware. And because of social media, we are getting to learn a lot about human nature, and we ever could learn. Like, there's never been a better time to understand humanity than now. There's never been a better time. This is the time. This is the right time for philosophers to actually study life and see what is actually going on here. This era is gonna give birth to true philosophers, those who actually be able to see life for what it really, 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 really is. This is the era that's gonna give birth to true philosophers. It's the perfect time. So no, things are not becoming worse. You're just becoming more aware. People are not scared to express themselves now. If I'm recording, I want to tell you this. It's much harder for me to tell people how I feel in person. But if it's just me and my camera, I can say whatever and post it online. And a lot of people do that. And now you realize what people think. Those who are actually evil, you realize, oh, this person is evil because of their opinions. They're free. It's just them and their cell phones, the tweets that they make, things that they wouldn't say in person. So you end up realizing that, no, people are just afraid. I remember I told you this. If they said, I live in South Africa, if they said, listen, we want you guys to be free enough to do whatever you want from 12 until 12 the next day. Listen, man, you're not gonna get arrested. Like, everything that you do, it won't be like you won't be punished for it. You can do whatever you've always wanted to do. You'd realize the true nature of humanity. That you'll be surprised what people will do. I used to joke about this with my cousin. It made me laugh the other day. There was this principal that me and him both knew. When I was working as a teacher, I used to tell him about her. So he was like, yo, man, if they said, because I used to talk to him about this all the time. He was like, if they said that you can do whatever you wanted to do, I know you would want to go to her house and I think you know what I'm about to say. I'm not even going to say it. Would laugh about it. It's not that I will do it, but then we thought it was funny because I know there will be someone in the world that would want to do that. Like, you don't realize how rotten people are. Okay, let's think about the case of Puff Daddy. I mean, I've been, like, I knew a lot about Puff more than a lot of people know about him because I was into hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I was into hip hop, and I've seen a lot of his videos, so I already knew how he was. Like this is not surprising to me. You know what I mean? But there are people who thought Puff wasn't the kind of person that he was. There are a lot of people who thought Casey. Listen, I don't want to say anything about her. Listen, people are more. They're way worse than you think they are. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with loving sex. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to have threesomes. Whatever. As long as it's consensual, it's fine. But I'm trying to show you that people are not what you think they are. They're trying to seem perfect even though they're not. The realm itself is trying to seem more perfect than it actually is. I mean, it's not perfect at all, but it's trying, like this realm that we found ourselves in. It seems good. That's why children love life. You see, there's kids who are playing they love life. They don't know what happens when you're an adult. They don't know that their parents be working like slaves. They'll be working jobs that they don't like. They just think everything is it's sunshine and rainbow. And it seems that way. You see, if an alien came here and they met a very a manipulative person, that person would make everything seem cool. Take this alien to a park and be like, you see how happy everyone is. You know, people are playing, people are having fun. It's not like there's a person who's in pain here. You know what I mean? So the world would seem perfect, and that's how the world is being presented. The idea of marriage, that's how it's been presented. Like it's beautiful. It's something that's beautiful. I'm not saying marriage is always bad. You can marry the right person, right? It does happen. But there are a lot of negative things that happen to a lot of people who get married. So it's how it is in this room. Like there are things that are presented as if they're perfect, but they're not. Not even close. And to truly be successful in this realm, you have to look like you are perfect. You have to look like you got your things together. You have to wear nice clothes. You have to not curse. You have to, you have to speak like Barack Obama or Nelson Mandela. You become charismatic. People trust you more, even if you're not perfect. There are a lot of people who seem perfect who are not even close to perfect. In fact, this is what's crazy. What I'm about to tell you guys is so damn crazy, but it will open your eyes. A lot of people that you think are not perfect, like you can tell this person is just not perfect. These are the people who are close to being perfect. And the people that you think are perfect, who are presenting themselves as these are the most imperfect human beings you'll ever deal with. I am telling you the truth. 100% truth. If you're still young, you're still in your 20s, never forget what I just told you now. It's the people that you think are not perfect that are actually close to perfect. It's the people who seem perfect that are not even close to perfect. You see, if someone tries too damn hard to seem like they're perfect, they're not. If a person doesn't try too damn hard to, people will just speak their minds, bro. Like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to seem like I'm perfect here. I'm not trying to seem like I'm the most, even though it may seem like I'm defending myself now, but I'm not trying to seem like I'm the most perfect person on earth. I'm good, I'm kind and all that. No. I'm philosophizing. I even tell you guys that I'm not. I don't think that I'm a good person. I don't think that I'm a kind person. No. I think I'm an honest person. I think I'm a person who values truth more than anything. There's a reason why I call myself Benedictine the truth. Is because I value the truth. If I said something that, I later realized that it wasn't true, then I'll be able to tell you guys that, okay, I was wrong, and I'll be free. Like, I have a big ego, but I do not have the kind of ego that will not allow me to say I was wrong about something, because I know that you can be wrong. So I don't want to seem like I'm perfect. No, I'm not. I suck. just like everyone else. I'm just more honest. I'm intellectually honest. You know, the way that I experience reality, I don't know if a lot of people experience reality the way that I experience it. Like whatever experience I have, I ask myself, what is the actual truth? What is the truth about this situation? Okay, I had a fight with someone. Fine. Now I'm in my room alone. What did I do to cause that to happen? Was I right? Was I, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't cause that to happen at all. It just happened. Or I might have been wrong. I might have said something that might have triggered this person. Like I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of person that I am. I don't like to apologize, but I will know if I was wrong. No, I actually did suck in that situation. So it gets like when you have that kind of approach to life, it makes you see things as they actually are. When I was younger, let's say I have a fight with a kid and my mother comes, because your mother is always going to be on your side, right? If she takes my side, I will tell her when we get home that you shouldn't have taken my side if I feel like I was wrong. Or even if I don't feel like I'm wrong, I would say, why do you automatically take my side? What if I was wrong? Because I've seen parents take their kids' side. I remember when I was, how old was I? Okay, I think I was 13. So we were chilling somewhere at this other house. My friend was chilling there actually. I was passing and I saw him chilling there. I don't know why he was chilling there. I'll actually remind him because it's one of the funniest things that ever happened to me. So he was chilling there. So I saw him. So I went to chill with him. So we chilled there together. We were talking. So this guy comes. He was passing in the street. So he calls me by this weird name. And I'm like, what? Why are you calling? He was big. We were the same age, but then he was big and he was fierce. So I'm like, why are you calling me with that name? And he doubled down and he said a lot of like horrible things to me. And I was like, what is going on? I had a lot of pride at the time, so I stood up. I went to him. I was like, yo, why are you calling me with that name? And then he hit me with a punch. And then we started to fight. The guy was tough. I beat him. He started to cry. As he was crying when we were fighting, I saw his sister coming, right? So his sister is coming. I live in a family where we would never do what his sister did. So I'm thinking, oh, his sister is coming to break the fight. No. His sister was coming to beat me. She started to hit me while he was hitting me, and I saw the mother coming. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, even the mother is coming to hit me. So I decided to run, and they all chased me. It was the funniest thing ever, man. The mother is chasing me, the son is chasing me, the daughter is chasing me. It was the funniest thing ever, man. But the mother didn't want to figure out what really happened. You know, she's not interested in the truth. She just wants to, I don't know I wouldn't even say protect the son. She just automatically took it. So it's not like I continued to beat him when he was crying. No. I stopped beating him when he was crying. So I didn't want my mother to be like that. I wanted my mother to be able to see the truth, you know, like if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But not that many people are like that in this room. Not many people value truth in this room, and we've been trained to not value truth in this room. Like, people benefit a lot from lying than they benefit from telling the truth. So what do we actually expect? But everything tells us that the realm that we found ourselves in is not good. I actually decided to record this video because it's a part 2 of a video that I recorded last year. Telling you why this is actually a hell realm. It's one of my favorite videos, and I think it's one of your favorite videos because it kind of like went viral. So I recorded that video around this time of the year. I think it was it was the end of July. I mean the end of June, not the end of July. It was it's actually one of my favorite videos. So I was like, let me try to record it the same way that I recorded it the other time, because I was sitting down while I was recording it, and these days this has not been my style. Like I will just like hold my camera and just record myself. I do not call this a hell room because I want it to be a hell room. I do not call this a hell room because I'm a loser. Like things have not been working out for me, so I'm like, this is a hell room. I'm not calling this a hell room because I'm afraid of suffering. I hate suffering, like so much that I'm tough. I do not call this a hell room because I hate God, I hate religion, no. I call this a hell room because it really does seem like a hell room. You know, I've tried my best to not view this world as a hell room. I've tried, but it just is a hell room. Everything about this room tells us that it's a hell room. Everything. The fact that we know nothing. But like, not knowing anything is a good thing. No, it's not. It's not a good thing. There's so many conspiracy theorists in this room. Why? Because nothing is really known. We're all confused, right? We're all confused by the experiences that we're having. Like, what is this? What is actually going on? We are all confused. It doesn't feel like we're in a friendly universe. We do want it to be a friendly universe, but it doesn't feel like it is a friendly universe. I was talking about that yesterday, so I'm not gonna talk a lot, about it, But trust me, it's not a friendly. And like Einstein said, it was like truly the most important question that we needed to ask ourselves as a collective. Are we really in a friendly universe? Because that's gonna determine how we live our lives. I do want this to be a friendly universe. But when you look at things as they really are, like you look at things like you look at the deepest truth about this realm, you realize that it's not a friendly universe, and that tells us that we're in a hell realm. If you think about the Christian vision of hell, you'd realize that the deepest truth about it will actually expose it. So maybe even if it doesn't feel like hell at some level, it wouldn't mean that it isn't. Maybe you're not supposed to realize that it's hell. I remember I told you about this TV series called The Good Place. So, and this, it's one of the most, like, it's an interesting series. Like, you should watch it. So these 4 people, when they passed on, they were taken to hell. But the architect, the creator of that realm, he didn't want the people that he was punishing to think that it's a hell. He wanted them to suffer while they don't think that it's a hell. Brilliant. He's like, you know what? We have seen hells where people are burning, they're suffering physically. I want the kind of hell where they're suffering emotionally. But for people to suffer emotionally, they must not even know that they're in hell. You see, they must think that they're in heaven while they're actually in hell. So they were taken to heaven. They were told that they're in I mean, not heaven, but they were told that the place that they were taken to is actually heaven. But what they were there, they were suffering in so many different ways. They were not compatible with one, like they couldn't get along. They always had problems. So one of the ladies realized that no. Since we got here, we've always had problems. We've always had problems. What if this is not a good place? What if this is the bad place? What if this is hell? Because we've never, like, why are things going wrong? Why? When she realized that, the architect was like, yeah, you're right. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're right because I'm going to wipe off your memories. He did that. We did that multiple times and she kept on realizing that it was hell. We are in a world where things are happening, a lot of different things that are happening. Do we really think that it is a good place? Does it make sense to look at this place as a good place? Yeah, this is a wonderful place. Or there's a lot that is telling us that it is not. We just wanted it to be. And we would want it to be. Like, we wouldn't want this to be a good place. I was talking to this other guy, he's dating this girl. She's kind of like a... Okay, you know what I was about to say. He knows that, I know that. But she's been good to him. So he doesn't want to believe that but she is. So it's kind of like how it is in this room. There are a lot of things that are telling us that it's a hell room, but we don't want to believe that it is. Because it doesn't feel good to believe that it is. We want to believe that it's not. So bad that we keep on lying to ourselves, but it doesn't help. It just makes things worse. If we were capable of solving the problems that we have, we would solve these problems through honesty, right? Through intellectual honesty. I know that life is hard. I don't prefer that it is, but well, it is. And we don't want it to be. But we mustn't lie to ourselves for no reason. Or maybe even if we're lying to ourselves for a reason, but the reason shouldn't be that we want to look at this place as a good place, even though it's not. You see, me acknowledging that we're not in a good place made me realize that maybe I shouldn't even be bringing more people here because it doesn't help. I don't know how my child would experience reality. I don't know. You know, if I brought a child into this world, I don't know if that child, if the mother was going to be good, if the siblings were going to be good, if the world was going to be good to that child. I don't know that. And even if I did know that, a lot of people who are treated well by life, they become mean, you know that. Because they were treated too well by life, so they don't see it for what it is. They don't feel no empathy because they've never felt real pain. It's not easy to feel empathy if you've never felt real pain. So a lot of people who are able to feel empathy are people who have felt pain before. Because they know what it's like to suffer. So the more we become real, free enough to express ourselves, to say how we feel, to say what we think, being bold enough to really, really express yourself, even though that's not considered cool in our society. That's a good thing. And we must normalize that. People mustn't feel like they're obligated to say things that are considered to be positive all the time. You know, sometimes truth is positive. Sometimes truth is necessary. The more we open up, the more we express ourselves as honestly as we can, the better. I have compared truth with lies. Like, there was a time when I was more honest and like that was like honest, and there was a time when I was not honest, and I realized that truth might sound bad in the present, but in the long run, truth is usually better. Like, when we lie to ourselves a lot, it gets to a point where like a lot of things become so bad that we can't even fix these things because of the amount of lies that we've told. Amount of lies that we have told ourselves and that we have told other people. So it's necessary to, be real, to be open, to express yourself. Say, okay, this is what I think, this is how I feel. You can judge me if you want to judge me, it's fine. Because what can I do? But this is really what I think, this is really how I feel. Should I pretend as if everything is okay, even if I don't feel like anything is okay? Should I pretend as if I believe that we were brought here for a good reason, even if I don't feel like we were brought here for a good reason? Yes, it might sound positive to believe that, or to say that you were brought here for a good reason. That might sound like a positive thing to say, but it isn't a truthful thing to say if you don't feel that way. So why shouldn't you own your truth? Why shouldn't you acknowledge your truth? Like, this is how I feel. Yes, you feel this is heaven. Yes, you feel like God is good. Yes, that is true. That's how you feel. But that's not how I feel. Should I lie? Is that what God wants? For me to tell lies? Is that what is beautiful? Do we create a beautiful story by telling lies? Or maybe if we were more vulnerable, we'll be able to create stories that we actually like in the end. And I'll tell you this. The most meaningful stories are stories that involve the deepest truth. Not the stories of lies, stories of manipulation. Even if it is the stories of lies and manipulations, but in the end, the truth must be revealed, and that's what makes the story beautiful. So we shouldn't compromise and be like, okay, let's live a lie. Because we are not strong enough to acknowledge the truth. No, that's not beautiful. We need to try our best to be as strong as possible to be able to acknowledge the truth and accept it. And then if we don't like it, we try to change it. And being vulnerable, if you get used to it, it does make you feel better. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been making videos since 2021. And being able to share my truth with the world made me feel much better. being able to communicate with people around the world who are able to see what I say. I mean, I do believe that everyone should be able to see what I say, but not everyone is brave enough to acknowledge that they're seeing what I'm saying. That is true. Because sometimes it takes bravery, bro. Sometimes people are not dumb, they're just not brave enough. Sometimes people are protecting themselves a little too much because they're afraid of what the truth will mean to them and what the truth will make them do. Sometimes it's like if you're in a relationship with a person who doesn't love you, but you're like, you know what, I'm not sure if I can handle this person not loving me, so I have to pretend as if they love me. I have to tell myself that they love me. It has to do with your own confidence. Like how you look at yourself. Like, are you gonna be like, I'm gonna be with the person who doesn't love me as long as they're with me, as long as I can be with them sometime? And maybe you have a reason to feel that way. But that's how some people treat the world. Like, yeah, it doesn't feel like this is a good realm. It doesn't feel like this is a good place. But you know what? What does it benefit me to believe that it isn't a good place? It's not like I'm going to benefit anything. So I'm going to look at this as if it's a good place, even though everything is telling me that it's not a good place. Someone is playing music loudly and YouTube is going to be like, yeah, copyright. This was one of my favorite videos. Hopefully you like this video as much as you like the first one. It's part 2 of this what was the title? We're obviously in the hell realm. Yep. We're in a hell realm. It should be obvious by now. It should be obvious to everyone by now. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Like this video, share this video. This is one of the videos that if you want to show to someone, show them this video. Like if you're like, you know what, I wanna show my friends videos of Benedictine, show them this video. I don't think there's a lot that people can actually like genuinely disagree with. I just know that people like to lie to themselves. Yes, it's what is obvious about this realm. People like to lie to themselves, but what is being said comes from a real place, comes from a lot of experience. So yeah, thank you for watching until the end. I would like you guys to tell me what you think about the video. I'll be pinning like my favorite comment actually. Like on every video, I'll always pin like my favorite comment. So if there's a comment that I like more than any other comment, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna pin this comment. And it will also inspire my next videos. There is something beautiful about sharing your truth and being appreciated for it. So that's why I'm saying that I thank you all guys for supporting this channel, for every like, for every comment, you sharing the videos. I do check, people be sharing like every video that I'll be posting, so I'm really grateful. When I started this channel, I didn't think it was going to be like that. It was just me trying to express myself as honestly as I can, and it turned out that there are a lot of people who also see what I see and who are bold enough to say, yo, this is what I'm seeing too. Thank you all guys.